This topic was going to be basically my heroes who happen to have selective mutism. One of them is the other girl I planned this project with, Amber, who basically, as far as I know, when she was 13, started to learn about selective mutism, started to go online and talk about it a bit. At age 14, she started a page on Facebook about it, which is now almost the most common page, or almost the most liked page on Facebook about selective mutism. I think by the time she was 15, she was over it and talking to everybody. And she's just really awesome. When I was 14, I barely knew how to use the internet. Of course, this was another time, 6 years ago. But I didn't have that kind of confidence. I never would have started something on my own. When I was 15, I started to do that. It took me a while to get into it. It wasn't really until the last couple of years that I really felt confident. I still don't entirely. But I think it's pretty impressive, and also that she got over it like that. And I really admire the people who have managed to do that. Another one I find even more impressive is, her name's Kim, and she's one of my favorite video makers on YouTube for videos about selective mutism. From her videos, it sounds like basically she went into high school being absolutely paralyzed by anxiety, couldn't do anything to communicate with people in high school. By the end of it, she could talk all the time, just in 4 years, and everybody says that it's so hard to get over when you're a teenager, but she did it. And that's pretty awesome. And basically anybody who's overcome selective mutism, especially if they had it as a teenager or adult, especially if they didn't get help. All of you are amazing. It must be a very difficult thing to get over, but you've done it. Another person who may have gotten over it by now, but I don't know. I've read some articles about her from 2004. Her name's, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Elsa Sana, and she was selectively mute ever since she was 5, and these articles were written when she was 22. She'd been through college, she'd worked a little bit, she was trying to find a full-time job, all while she could only talk to a handful of people. Very few, I think. That's so impressive. Can you imagine? I can't imagine doing that. Going through college, not being able to speak to people, and apparently she's pretty open about it too. She's pretty confident about herself, and I think that's just amazing. I really admire her. Just existing as an adult with selective mutism and not hiding in your house all the time is amazing. I admire everybody who has selective mutism just for, going out of your house, going to school. I know that maybe you're forced to go to school, but still that you get through the day is really impressive, and I don't know that I would have that courage. I guess I would have to, but I probably don't now. So all of you are, in a way, my heroes just for being who you are. You should always remember that being brave is not being afraid. The more free you are and you still actually do the things you're afraid of, even if it's not all the way up to talking, but being in social situations and having people ask you why you don't talk and being able to get through that, that's really brave. And all of you should be admired, and you should be proud of yourselves, just for who you are, and just for surviving this long.